You guys are good. This is set up with the scoreboard.
Yeah.
What confidence.
It's feedback. It's like a delay.
And the game started. Okay.
All right.
You guys are live. Cool.
The game has started, and there's already a stoppage.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, we're coming to you live from Hometown Heroes Park in League City, Texas. It is the League City Legends who came in second place out of the South Division, second to the Austin Outlaws, and the New York Titans who...
Sorry, you move that way. Both you move to the left.
Okay.
Cool. Yeah, you're good there. You can keep talking.
It's the New York Titans who technically came in third place out of the East Division, as Jay is on the attack on the perimeter here for the League City Legends. He's actually not starting at keeper like he typically does.
Stops. You hit stop timer.
Working the perimeter, Springs LaFoy.
You'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Rotating there, a quick pitch to him. Bludger control lies with the New York Titans. Sam Reagan getting ready to come in and sub out, along with Jenna Bolweg, trying to go for some traditional setup on offense here as the New York Titans are pressing up the pitch. Josh Carroll out there at beater. Current score still 0-0 here. The League City Legends finishing 4-5 on the season once again for the second consecutive year, 4-5 on the year. Coming into this matchup, and an errant throw by Jay goes behind the hoops, intended for Jacob Freeman, who's actually tied as the leading scorer for the League City Legends with 16 goals on the year with Hank Doogie.
And that's recovered by Lindsay Morella of the New York Titans, who is a Team USA player.
Oh, nice. This is a World Cup year.
Yes, she went to Germany.
As you can hear, the crowd is pumped up. And we were talking about this before the matchup. If you look at the New York Titans jerseys, look very much like Team Germany's equipment that they would wear with the red, gold, and black on there. The League City Legends pressing up top. Catherine Hayward of Sam Houston Quidditch during the USQ season out there playing some chaser as well. Jay, Springs LaFoy, and Beth Peeveler for the first time this season. She's been had a back injury most of this year. Jacob Freeman's on a run, and he will finish for the lead. A 10-0 lead in favor of the League City Legends. Jacob's one of those rare players in Major League Quidditch that does not play during the USQ season because he is a football coach for Clear Creek High School. Coaches the offensive line, which he used to play in his college days back in the day. So that explains why he's so swole now. He just got rid of all the fat. So
some good beater coordination there by New York City. You saw in an earlier play as New York takes the score.
Ties it up here, and the Legends are trying to get on the move. Springs LaFoy waiting for a path to be made by his beaters, and a pass behind the hoops to Kevin Trey, and sees him get beat, and Springs is chasing it down. He's near the hard boundary. He's gotten up. He's on the attack behind the hoops, aiming middle. Let's see if he finishes there. We'll switch hands on the shot. He'll be blocked behind the hoops. Scooped up by Jacob Freeman. A throw his way is missed. He'll jump step to the left, try to finish on the hoop, power through, spin move backwards, drive towards the hoop that is now knocked down. Jacob Freeman trying to find a way. He'll get it to Catherine Hayward. She'll go over the top of the hoops, and Springs will recover to reset the Legends offense. Springs with the stiff arm. Jacob Freeman with the mid-air catch and score for a 20-10 score for the League City Legends. And bludger control remains with the Legends. League City coming into this game, one of the few teams in Major League Quidditch that was able to average triple-digit points this season, averaging 123.
Oh, and a beautiful catch by New York City, but he throws the ball back over. But athletic play, he might get both bludgers back, and he does. Tackled by Beth Peeveler, and it seems like they were unsure whether or not that was a card. It seemed on the border to me. And another beat, and it seems like there's going to be a stoppage of play now.
And with advantage, there's a point over it. The clock has officially stopped with advantage of the referee, as there is a maximum time limit instituted in Major League Quidditch. 40 minutes completely elapses, as we saw earlier in Game 1 on this pitch. Gabe of what? Osos or Baylor?
Baylor. He plays for Baylor now. Gabe Garces, one of the, without doubt, I'd say best snitch in the game. I don't think there's any argument there.
So, case in point, statistically, there have been 4 games that have completely elapsed for 40 minutes in Major League Quidditch this season. Gabe has 3 of them. So,
even in the regular season at Southwest Regionals, his average time was larger than the average time to grab for every single team in the USQ season. Which means on average, Gabe lasts longer than any seeker can average in the entire season. And that's going to be an easy no-bludder drive for New York, who powers through. Oh, and he seems to have slipped. As Fox is going to slip around Hank Doogie's beat. And
not to sound like a bad sport, but passing the ball was definitely not the answer on that last drive. As we have a Vuvuzela in attendance here today, brought by Ryan Naraki, and Dylan Freeman with the clean strip on the attack, and somebody's got to slow him down or everybody's going to be in a lot of pain pretty soon. A spin move on the ground, and he'll get it to his Texas Tech teammate, Kevin Trent. He'll drop the initial catch,
and that's
scoop it up again, and
but advantage was called, so it's probably going to be a card for back contact.
And as Dylan Freeman spun away, he re-engaged on the back of Dylan.
That is indeed back contact.
Which means that Dylan should get the quaffle back in the keeper zone, which is bad news for everybody. Any beaters in the near vicinity? No, there are not. Dylan Freeman. Oh, he's stripped in front of the hoops in a turtle situation. The beaters are ready to come and clean it up. And Dylan Freeman looks like he's checking his hand. Maybe some blood coming out of his nose on the strike, but he was stripped in front of the mid-hoop. Score update.
Still 2010, League City.
They're giving the ball back to the League City Legends, a back-to-back penalty.
That was called over-the-shoulder contact.
On Dylan Freeman on the strip. Didn't see that one. I guess somebody else had him on the opposing side.
Yes, and there's number 32 for New York, Fox.
And other scores we saw earlier on pitch number 2, the San Francisco Argonauts, the second seed out of the West, getting a win versus the New Orleans Cursed out of the South. They won that one off of a snitch grab, and now New York is going to have to reset into the back pitch, being forced back. So that will not count as one of their one reset. Hank Doogie trying to get a strip on a female chaser and a nice kick pass.
That is once again Lindsay Morella, the Team USA player, and you can see the value she adds to a team.
And being completely aware of your body as the game is going on being key.
That's going to be called a turnover, I think.
He was behind the midline.
He stepped back for a second. Once you cross behind the midline, advance and cross behind. You only get one reset.
And Sam is going to scoop his blood draw. Sam Reagan, Sam Houston State alum, plays for the League City Legends, plays for during the USQ season. A pass behind the hoops to Kevin Trent. We got 2 chasers behind the hoops for the Legends. Sam trying to beat a path forward, and he will. Dylan Freeman on a run and a finish. That, as the crowd's starting to figure out why Dylan Freeman plays so well. He's kind of hard to stop in short distance.
The score is 40-10. Those 2 goals we just added on.
And a couple of UT players coming onto the pitch here. Jane Walton.
That's number 42, Jane Walton. Number 8, Zach Pickett.
Zach Ryan, Kyle Pickett. He's been called 2 different names this season. And then Khaled Hamza, keeper for UT. Out there as well. Jay with the interception. He will fumble it just a second and trip himself up. Now he'll have a one-on-one situation with New York's keeper. Try and spin away.
There's a bludger now. He throws beyond the hoop to Hamza.
And it rims off the mid-hoop.
Philip O'Brien. He not hold on to it as he's beat. And now a reset. Doesn't quite go past. Gerald Ross is there to pick it up as he waits for his team. But there's intense pressure by, a beautiful tackle by Crawford
Jay
there.
Is still down for a second there. Came off broom, great tackle, and one of those rare sights you see, being aware that Jay was going to try and spin, he spun with him, allowing him to throw his momentum down towards the ground and finish.
Hamza, he's going to drive. He's looking for a pass option. He doesn't see any. And he throws it right behind to to Freeman, and that counts as a reset.
Yes, it does. Jacob Freeman had to go into the back pitch to catch that. It was propelled backwards, so it does count as the reset, and there was no contest. New York trying to get physical. He pulled his broom off. But they're not going to call that. We see New York on a fast break now. Beth
Crawford
beats.
shoots.
Yeah.
No good.
Beth beats Crawford. And now a pass behind the hoops is going to turn into a turtle situation. Calais getting aggressive. I see legs going up in the air. We're trying to see who's going to maintain control. Beth Peevler running over to beat New York's only chaser. She's trying to get up. She will. Side note, Ryan Peevler unavailable for the next 3 games for the League City Legends after some
suspension.
After
violating
current, player conduct policy.
Yes.
After a match was over, I would repeat it, but then I get suspended too.
And a pass to Freeman. He's going to look for a shot. Blocked by two Titans, but
Ben
recovered.
Stokely with the clean pass too. Jacob Freeman willingly going into the back pitch for his reset. Travis Ward out there, future team captain of Sam Houston State, after TJ Goley, who now plays for the Austin Outlaws during the MLQ season, has made his exit. And Jacob Freeman with the shot and the score. The League City Legends meeting some tough New York Titans defense, but still successful offensively. 50-10, our current score here.
I think a lot of that has to do with how overwhelming the chasing line of League City has been. And that's a goal.
That's a beautiful shot from outside the keeper zone. Some accuracy you don't see, especially early in the morning where the quaffle typically has a little bit of dew on it. Kind of slips out of your hands sometimes, which we saw with Jay over here after he got on that fast break. Trying to make a one-handed catch is near impossible early in the morning. Temperature hot, surprisingly enough. Not surprisingly enough. Texas, but the humidity, surprisingly, not as terrible as we all thought it was going to be.
Yeah. The score is 50-20 League City.
And Josh Carroll out there at the beater position. He beat the lead chaser for New York, but was not called.
You see number 13, Sybil Hammonds for League City, beating for the first time this season. She usually chases.
Yes, she does. And Sybil actually going to be playing in a unique situation. She's moving after the MLQ season expires. She'll be in, well, I guess somewhere near London. So she might be playing in the Quidditch Premier League this time next year, which would be interesting enough because you don't see that happen too often. Somebody crosses over from one league to another. See how her skills translate. I'm sure that'll be a great observation. A quick pass, anticipating a beat, and a throw at the mid-hoops goes to the right of it, just outside.
And there seems to be a call on the play.
It's advantage.
As Ryan Davis raises his hand.
And with the advantage, the clock will stop here as Kevin Raber of the League City Legends heads onto the pitch. Miles Travis, not Cole Travis, his big brother, who's a national champion, will be playing a little bit later on today as the Austin Outlaws are in attendance watching the League City Legends.
Yep, that was Coach Michael Parada with the shot.
As we are at the 9:50, well, we're nearing the 10-minute mark here in this matchup. Don't forget, if every team does have a singular timeout, and there will be a beater sent to the penalty box. And many people, when it comes to the fundamentals and theories of Quidditch, believe when a beater goes to the box, not only should you regain bludgeon control, but you should score relatively easily. So we'll see if that's going to be the case for the League City Legends. Sybil Hammonds out there is going to scoop up the other bludger. Springs LaFoy, 2 balls back into the back pitch, and it'll be a great defense as it's immunity given. And Springs is going to get a pass over to Jenna Bollweg. One of these days, Jenna's going to score with a ponytail, and it's going to be pretty glorious.
See, a lot of the reason for that advantage that having a beater in the box gives you is that it's really, really hard to maintain bludger control when you're just yourself guarding 2 beaters against 2 people with bludgers. But we have seen it happen in the Austin League City game. Beater Ryan Naraki was able to successfully do it.
And earlier this season as well, Michael Duquette pulled it off when Ryan Peevler was sent to the box off of a red. He literally juggled the bludgers. Oh, a near kick goal.
Almost goes in. Play stopped.
And
it did not go in.
It
did not
hit
go
the
in.
base of the hoop. It did not go in. And the chant that is sweeping Quidditch, let the kids play, being employed here.
And it's going to be a yellow on...
It might be for sliding on the
Number
back
9.
half of that one.
Yep.
And Kevin Tran is going to take over keeper duties as Springs, who has picked up a card in every series this season for the League City Legends.
League City, of course, one of the most carded teams.
Facts.
Yeah, one of the most carded teams in the nation.
And a quick throw, accurate
goal
shot
by New York, bringing this game back into snitch range. The all-important 30-point margin. When you catch the snitch in regular time, it is 30 points. And so it's very important for the quaffles in the quaffle game to keep it within 30. Otherwise, your team doesn't have a chance.
And New York is stepping up on Kevin Tran, forcing him back. Springs going to have to be very particular about when he crosses that midline, because if he does, his throw back to Kevin Tran, his safety valve, would have been a either beat or a legal or their one reset. A scoop up in front of the hoop. Springs is going to dive on the quaffle. He's going to they're going to see an advantage call. I saw a fist up from an AR.
And Titans beaters, Lindsey Morella, who was chasing earlier, now is beating, and Benji Strauss really playing solid D. Right now, the Titans have actually 2 Team USA players on defense, I think.
And that's going to help them big time in this one. And we have a penalty called. We'll see what it was. Was it over the back while the New York Titans player was trying to gain possession of the quaffle? We'll see. But talking about the New York Titans and what their season has been like, if you go look at the standings, they're technically tied for second place. They lost the head-to-head matchup versus the Washington Admirals, which was actually Washington's first sweep of the entire season. Well, first sweep in their team's history. So a big momentous occasion for them. And the New York Titans came in as a 3rd seed here. And as a matter of fact, if you're looking at it, they're the most dangerous 3rd seed because technically they're a second-place team.
Definitely. They have a lot of talent on this team. A lot of not only just Team USA players, but all-around good players. You saw a lot of the skill, but as of right now, it seems that League City has been getting these zero-blooded drives. League City has been capitalizing on it with physical chaser play, and that's a red card to Jenna Bolweg.
And that is big time, ladies and gentlemen. 2 minutes in the box, no matter how much scoring happens on the pitch. Typically with a yellow, scoring happens and the person in the box is released. But the New York Titans will not only gain possession, they'll have it on the right of the medium-sized hooper here on the right-hand side, and they will have Jenna Bolweg chaser down. The League City Legends will be. New York coming into this game. New York coming into this game averaging 10 goals per game, averaging 11 goals per game, averaging 114 points on the season. By the way, that technically puts them just behind the League City Legends, who average 123. Both of these teams 4th and 5th in terms of the score. New York trying to make a case for why they're the better team here. And now an attack, Hank Doogie trying to get a strip and trying to play a man down. The League City Legends going to have to play tight on that chaser defense. And a pass behind the hoops goes over the head of their chaser. A kick over in front of Springs LaFoy. He'll stop it with his foot, scoop it up, and League City will get a defensive stop, a chaser down, impressively enough.
Yes. It was a nice play by number 6, Molly Potter, but League City is there for the stop. We've seen a lot of that in MLQ, stops while a team is down a player. You usually don't see that in the USQ regular season, but this is the best of the best. So,
as Sam Reagan has released his bludger, and now Hank Doogie trying to find a way to get away from the New York Titans man-to-man defense. They have a beater hanging out near the hoops. A drive tackle coming. Hank trying to get away. He'll throw it backwards towards an opposing chaser.
Intercepted by Molly Potter. Passes it back to Michael Parada, who's just going to go on a fast break. And that's a shot, and that's in. Parada, the only player to be on 3 Team USAs.
He'll be trying to make a 4th, I'd imagine, with the Redeem team coming up here in the year 2018. As New York trying to take advantage of the New York trying to take advantage of the League City Legends here. until the penalty elapses, and it looks like they'll swap out Jenna Bolweg and sit in Catherine Hayworth, or Kat as her teams call her. Sam Reagan has been beat. Sybil Hammonds will have the only bludger for the League City Legends. And Dylan Freeman going to be beat, toss it up, and New York is going to get yet another turnover. And Michael Brada's on his attack now. Kevin Tran trying to force him outside. He will, and actually ball is out, so Kevin trying to get away from a penalty here in a second. He's going to be told to get off broom and go tap the hoops real quick. New York trying to get action on the short hoops, driving middle. Juke to the right-hand side. Jay trying to force a bad pass, and a good tackle from Kevin Tran. Scooped up to Quaffle, trying to attack right. Nobody stepping up. Kevin Tran with another hit, driving him backwards. League City Legends trying to get some good defense going. Jay on the attack, and a shot over the back of the hoops. It's going to be missed. Looked like it was a free throw attempt that's going to be missed. Catherine Hayward with the recovery. Dylan Freeman going to take possession to end the New York Titans offensive possession. Philip O'Brien entering the game now, Texas Tech alum. And co-head coach of the League City Legends.
And then text her. That's the field manager over there. And she's going to...
Khaled back into the game. Khaled Hamza got Jay on his left-hand side. Jay, a speedster and a steal by Potter. And it looks like it could be a fast break score, and it will be to make it 60-50. New York still down by a single goal, but the League City Legends have not scored in over 5 minutes.
No.
Jacob Freeman out there at the right winger position for the chaser spot. Khaled out there as well. Khaled, a pretty good shot from outside the keeper zone. That'll help out a lot. Philip O'Brien coming up the pitch. He's going to try and set a screen and actually draw a beat. We'll see if it works. Khaled's going to make a throw behind the hoops. He'll scoop up a beat shot from Catherine Hayward that he'll be blocked and actually beat on the calf as he's going back there. Offensive possession will go to the New York Titans, who are down by a mere goal here. A goal on this possession will tie it up.
Let's go, Quay! Very fantastic playing by the New York Titans beaters, as well as the chasers Molly Potter and keeper Michael Parada, who were
scored most of these goals.
Not just for most of the goals, most of the turnovers. And you see Pickett with a hit.
Yeah, a hit on a beater that didn't have a ball. I think it was going to be deemed that she was in his path as he was running towards the hoops. So no call on that one. As Beth Peevler now back into the game. Beth, like we said before, playing in her first action this entire MLQ season because of a back injury that held her out of not only gameplay but practice. We saw Beth in like 2 practices this season.
And you saw what happened there. Pickett went in for a beat. The ball popped up. New York Titans tried to catch it, but...
And New York is going to have one of their chasers down. Yeah.
And that's like David Fox. David drives in.
Jacob Freeman engaging off of the spin move, holding possession.
Blocked
Catherine Hayward with the scoop. Oh, no bludger situation here. And Jacob Freeman looking for a goal. He almost got sniped from behind. He's spinning away from 2 New York Titans. Let's see if that beat was good. It was, and now New York is on the attack. Catherine almost coming up with a steal off of a loose quaffle on the ground. And a punchback from the down chaser, number 2 for New York.
Keeper in right now is David Fox, played for the Bosnian Bear Sharks.
Ah, yes.
This season, he is the one that caught the snitch that made them beat QC Boston. Broke their streak of one of the longest streaks of undefeated games. Only lost 1 game in, I think, 85 games. And his seeking. And
you'll see why they've only lost one time in those 85 games here a little bit later on, as the Boston Knight Riders are back-to-back MLQ champions, so they'll be going to work here. They won a divisional championship, so they won't play until the latter half of this game. And Ben Spokley with a good tackle. No, they will say it's not going to be a clean tackle behind the hoops off the soft boundary. Ben is going to head to the penalty box, and that is, I believe, the 4th allocated to the League City Legends here today.
Yes, as we mentioned before, League City is a very physical team, although obviously sometimes you're going to get a lot of tackles for choppy, illegal play.
And Zach Pickett has the bludger directly in front of. You have to imagine he'll just fake the throw. anticipating a pass, maybe forcing the pass and then taking the keeper out of the play after the pass is made, and then working his way back up towards whoever is the receiver, which is possibly going to be number 2 here. And it
does
is
have the reset option, and he passes it back to Fox, who looked like he was about to take the shot.
Bobbled
He
the
could
ball
have
there
had the
for a
chance.
second. And a clean swat by Catherine Hayward there.
The dodge by Crawford is going to drive in, but a
Jacob
strip
Freeman with
by
the
Jacob
strip,
Freeman.
and now he's running
And
loose.
it's one-on-one against David Fox.
David's got the quaffle. Jacob Freeman escapes the grip and
a
scores
goal.
the goal. That's just some good Quidditch play there, ladies and gentlemen. The keeper coming off of his line, holding him up until his beaters could get back into the play. Unfortunately for him, his beater had thrown the bludger earlier in that play, trying to snipe Jacob from the left-hand side. But a goal nonetheless for the League City Legends, now up 20 as they're up 70-50 here. Rotating to the right-hand side. Beats behind there.
And
behind
Fox
the
was temporarily no bludgers pass to I think that's Missy Hanley behind the hoop, and that's a goal.
And Travis Ward trying to get a run here, a fast break, but he's got a bludger in front. A throw. It was inside the hoop for a goal, but he was beat before. With only here released a couple seconds prior to it. Travis Ward, a tall, lanky keeper with some speed on him, so that makes him highly valuable in the game of Quidditch. Snitch is walking onto the pitch, ladies and gentlemen. It's almost that time where the havoc will begin. When the bludgers are distracted by the seekers and the chasers get into man-to-man coverage here. Snitch on pitch action. New York on the attack. A pass backwards. A clean scoop up by Jane Walton. A pass to Travis Ward. He's middle on this one at the keeper spot. And he just reset for no good reason on that one. So he cannot retreat anymore. Ben Spokley's on his right-hand side crossing over. Travis, a guy known for his patience, loves to run the perimeter. He's got Hank Doogie to his right-hand side to set up that screen and a switch-off possibly. Travis going to get some receivers. Ben going to set a screen. Lean into him a little bit. Travis getting out towards that soft boundary and killing a good chunk of time before the seekers are going to be released on this one. It's going to be Springs LaFoy, who is the lead seeker for Texas State during the USQ season. Played in the national championship game. What seems like it was an eternity ago, but it was just a couple months ago for USQ in Kissimmee, Florida. Hank Doogie holding it up top. Travis Ward with the screen. And a good throw back to Ward from Hank Doogie. Now he's possibly got a scoring situation. Ben Spokley, a beat up top on the lead chaser, and Travis trying to use some speed to get around the edge. Instead, he'll be met with great chagrin and intensity and a scoop from the New York Titans after stripping Travis Ward. Bludger control is with the League City Legends. Josh Carroll has it.
Snitch is on the pitch. And you see number 49, Mohagak, from the New York Titans. Ooh, a beautiful falling down goal by New York.
A spin away, and there
stoppage of play.
It looked like he was beat before.
He might have been beat before on the lower part of his body. He spun away from a Hank Doogie tackle, and in the process of releasing, it was clutched to his chest, and then that transition from his chest to his hand to push the ball out, the quaffle out, might have seen him get beat. We'll see what happens with the call.
Now the Seekers are on pitch now since it's past 20 minutes, and that is number 49. Played for the Warriors during the regular season. He's one of the reasons they had such a low time to grab. I think the Warriors averaged something like 70 seconds before catching a snitch.
That sounds about right. The Warriors are a pretty tough team themselves. If you've ever seen them in action, they basically got a bunch of rugby players to play Quidditch, and it's bad news for a lot of people. All those guys are pretty strong.
A catch by New York's beater. Ooh.
Springs LaFoy gonna wait. Is he gonna be beat? No, he is not. He is beaten now on the far side of the pitch in front of the scores table is where the snitch action is happening. Now Dylan Freeman, a guy who should thrive in snitch on pitch, is on his attack, trying to get the quaffle loose. He will for the goal, and the lead temporarily lies with the League City Legends. Only up by 10 means that the snitch is still within great play here. A snitch grab for either team gets the win.
And you saw a fast break the other way, but that was a snipe beat by Sam Reagan. And anyway, the shot was no good.
Sam Reagan, one of those guys who's been working on beater-specific exercises when he goes to the gym, works on a lot of core exercises, and on top of that, he uses a medicine ball that's significantly heavier than the dodgeball that's used for a bludger, so his arm strength is just through the roof for the most
Almost
part.
catch there, and Benji Strauss with a beat on Springs, and so New York is safe for now. Mo going in. And on the other side, Jacob trying to score, and he does.
And the Bass brothers come together.
And plays temporarily stopped.
The score is actually 9-7. Ignore the scoreboard.
The scoreboard is incorrect. We're hearing on this far side of the pitch, it's 90-70.
Hey, she needs to be able to see that so she can see where she's doing. Y'all need to bring it over here.
All right, they fixed the score.
She needs to be able to see where she's going. Here, just get back a little bit.
Cool, thanks.
So that you can move it and see this. Thanks for the patience, everybody.
As the score, 90-70, lies with the League City legend. Springs LaFoy working on the snitch over here.
Yeah, you can just watch on there. And
It's a lot.
Benji beats him, but he has his fist up to claim immunity. Gets the ball, misses the beat on Pickett, but his
and a
partner
beat
is
on
there.
the throwback from Pickett, randomly. Almost never happens, but hey, you'll take it if it does. And a beat on the waffle carrier, and now Jacob Freeman might be loose. Driving middle, no, on the miss, on the beat attempt, he'll get away from one tackle, spin into another, and a carryover. Contact made by two New York Titans. The tackle not completed, but it knocked Jacob Freeman off of his balance and out of the play. New York on the
City
run.
is just out of, but he does not drive in. He had the opening. Both Hamza and Sybil Hammonds were behind him, but he takes a shot, and now he's forced to.
Looking for some redemption here.
And that's Morella back at Chaser with the goal.
Deceptive. Drilled towards the mid hoop. Waited till she crossed the path of the medium-sized hoop, and then threw it in there. Throw it where the defense isn't, and a quick score from the League City Legends will increase their lead back to 20. A snitch catch still going to get the win for them here, and a stoppage of play.
You see number 34, Lindsay Morella for the New York Titans.
Bludger control.
Playing multiple hats, wearing multiple hats. Beater, chaser. He's been doing everything. Multiple headbands. It's a big reason for their success so far, and Pickett does get a card.
Once again, that's a 5th or 6th on this one so far. 1 red card and 4 yellows for the League City Legends in this matchup alone. Bludger control is with the New York Titans. Sam Reagan outgunned here, directly next to those two beaters.
League City does get a lot of cards, but their beaters are especially one of the most carded in the league, and that's a lot due to the fact that they like to tackle. It's very dangerous to tackle as a beater. If you get beat before you finish the tackle, that's a straight card.
And we see a good chunk of, we talk about the aggressiveness, it doesn't just happen with the chasers for the League City Legends, it's everyone. So the beaters you'll see out here run through a lot of people. And Sam over here trying to help on snitch on pitch. He will successfully clear out the seeker, and a throw over at him as the New York Titans will control the snitch temporarily in terms of guarding in front of it. Sam has got a bludger in front of his own bench. He'll get Josh Carroll in this game. Jacob Freeman about to cross mid-pitch. He will successfully, making sure that there's no bludgers coming. A screen coming from Jane Walton, and an attack on the float attempt. Sybil Hammond can't come up with the catch.
And another stoppage.
Not a stoppage. It looks like a pull.
And will it be a successful one? Snitch was down after being pulled. Hank Doogie about 15 yards away from his own bench. And Springs having a conversation with Miles Travis over there, and the referees conversing about whether or not the snitch grab was clean.
If it was, this would be the second time. There's a game on the last game on pitch 2 also had the winning team down 20 pull, win by 10.
That would be the San Francisco Argonauts defeating the New Orleans Curse in game number 1 on pitch number 2.
70-60.
As we see a hush reach around the crowd here. Everybody waiting with bated breath to see if this catch was clean. Both head coaches for the League City Legends out there, Philip O'Brien and Hank Doogie. It's no good on the catch. So play will continue here. As soon as the whistle is blown, the timer will begin again. Remember, we got 40 total minutes. We can have a lapse off of the time, and then this game will be final based off of the quaffle points, not the snitch grab. Not many teams coming into this game with 100% snitch catch rating. One of those teams being the Austin Outlaws.
Although it is easy to be at 100%
Yes.
when you outscore your opponents
When
by
the opponent
100
wants to just
points,
make,
yes.
when the opponent wants the game to be over, you're right. And a group tackle in front of the keeper zone, a pass backwards and a throw over the middle hoop, and it might roll towards the hard boundary, but Jane Walton will scoop it up before that happens. She's rocking the number 42. Many saying the meaning of life, easily, the number 42. The answer, but what is the question?
To Crawford, who was chasing earlier, wearing a beater headband now. You see a
Crawford,
lot of New York Titans, and oof, another snitch.
All right, guys. Keep that everyone's That doesn't help. Push it over here.
She needs to see so she can got the camera.
I think I got it figured out better.
All right, then we need to move this tent over. Or rotate it.
As trying to see if that was a quick score on the part of the New York Titans, but looks like play has been stopped, or is everybody just taking a break? Play has been stopped.
Play has been stopped.
A
There are no
potential catch.
timeouts
Not anymore, yeah.
After the 19th minute.
Yes.
And so this is a play stoppage to discuss a potential catch.
As we come into this matchup, remember the League City Legends are the 2 seed according to the tournament bracket. They finished second place out of their division, so this would be, if the Titans can't pull off the win, an upset. We'll see if that is
It
the
is
case.
League City who caught it.
Yes,
though.
it was.
League City catches the snitch, and it is called good.
2 catches, 1 no good, 1 good on that one. Springs LaFoy with his, I want to say, 6th catch on the season, and it will be for the win to make this final score 130-90 in favor of the League City Legends. They'll take about an hour break, and they'll be back in action here against these same New York Titans. If they claim a win, the League City Legends, that is, they will eliminate the New York Titans from the MLQ Championship. And coming up next on this pitch, I believe it is Rochester Whiteout and the Salt Lake City Hive for Game 2 of their series after 40 minutes completely elapsed on their matchup. So,
I need to be roughing over there.
and that will be our final score here, 130-90. The League City Legends is going to go have a meeting under their tent. The New York Titans going to go have a meeting underneath theirs. And we'll take a quick break. And when we come back, it'll be Game 2 between Salt Lake City Hive and the Rochester Whiteout, who have pulled off one of the rare moves in all of MLQ. They pulled off 2 straight shutouts versus the Detroit Innovators earlier this season. Awesome, great defensive hustle. Final score once again, the League City Legends 130.